Hello everybody, welcome back to another review for Jocelyn's Cabaret Season 3 Episode 8. This episode had quite a lot of things going on, there's quite a lot to talk about, so we're just gonna jump right into this review. The episode starts off with Jocelyn and Ballistic in their room talking about the night before. They don't really talk about too much, but Jocelyn does say that she's gonna pick another girl for the next night in the cabaret. Now moving on from that scene, it goes to Chanel, Capri, and Amber in the scene, and Amber is telling Chanel and Capri about the performance and some of the drama that had occurred the night before with Lollipop. And as Amber is about to talk about the Lollipop situation, Chanel sees Lollipop and calls her over. When she did that, Capri and Amber both looked very irritated, but Lollipop walks over unbothered, and Amber began to describe the situation that happened between Lollipop and Lexi Blow the night before. Now, as far as that goes, I'm not a stripper, but I have seen some stripper vlogs and I've seen some people talk about stripping, but I do know a lot of the girls at the end of the night counted up and they split it evenly so everyone gets to eat. Now, do I think Lollipop is really bothered by the dollar amount? Yes, I do. Because I just feel like if Lollipop really didn't want it, she would have called Lexi Blow out a little bit differently. Like, damn girl, you broke hiding $33 in your boot. But instead, Lollipop was a little bit more aggressive and mad that she had some money in her purse or her boot, wherever it came from. And Lollipop even ended up wanting a trash bag, so it kind of did seem like she wanted some more money and was pressed that Lexi had gotten a little bit more on the side. But regardless, either way, I do agree with Lexi Blow, because from what it seemed like there was a bagman already following them and collecting money for them to split. But in that case, if they're splitting all the money that's supposed to be thrown at them, why is Lexi Blow hiding money in her purse? So I definitely see where she was coming from with that, because that just seems a little bit shady. And just a disclaimer before we keep going on with the episode, I'm just gonna say I really did love Lollipop this entire episode. Every time I seen Lollipop in a scene talking, I was like, yes, I agree, she's speaking facts. I think Lollipop handled herself very well in the situation, but after the scene with Capri, Chanel, Lollipop, and Amber, we get to see a scene with Jordan and Lexi Blow talking about the money drama. And side note, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like this is the most I've seen from Jordan in an actual scene. I think this is the most camera time that she's gotten, because in every other scene that I have seen her in, it's more of a group setting. Unless I'm just completely forgetting something, but we finally get to see her in just a two-person scene. Also, another side note, I don't know if it's just me, but the way that Zeus films their scenes makes it look so set up and produced. Like the producers told them what to talk about in the scene, told them where to stand, how to act. I don't know, the scene was just looking very forced to me. But while Lexi Blow is talking to Jordan, Wet Wet joins the conversation and she reveals that she is a bit sore from her fights, but she's ready to dance. Lexi asked Wet Wet if she had heard anything about Amber's dress, and Wet Wet said that she had not heard anything about the dress and that it was news to her. Also, I personally don't see Wet Wet as a type of vindictive person that would go out of the way to try to mess up somebody's night. But moving on from that, Diamond, Raven, Riri, and Henny start talking about the dress, and just by the way that Raven was asking the question, either Raven did it or they filmed that scene over and over again, because it sounded like she already knew what they were talking about and was just playing dumb. But as Riri is talking about Amber's dress, Diamond chimes in and she said something about Amber's room being dirty. And Amber and Henny are actually roommates, so Henny was like, nah, it's not dirty, but things are just coming up missing. Diamond and Raven both got real defensive because Henny didn't even really accuse them. She was just asking if they had heard anything about it because things were just coming up missing. But Henny then started to go back and forth with Diamond and Raven, and to me, Raven and Diamond were getting a bit bold this entire episode. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of waiting for Henny to just knock Diamond upside the head because I feel like Henny would win that. I don't know why. In Raven's confessional, she was saying that Henny was riding Amber's coattails, but I personally don't really think that she was. Henny really only started to get snappy because Diamond was talking about her room being dirty and she shares a room with Amber, so obviously she's gonna get mad. So I was definitely team Henny and Amber for that argument, but Diamond was talking real tough and their argument was just extremely petty to me. I hate when in the middle of an argument people talk about irrelevant things like my kitty cat is better than yours, I drive a whatever car, I live in whatever area, because to me it's just irrelevant and it literally has nothing to do with the argument. But in the back and forth between the botched Dashians and Amber, Lollipop ends up getting involved because Amber says that Lollipop runs back and tells Raven and Diamond everything. And this is when Lollipop was like, okay, so if there's an issue, then address it. I really loved her energy this entire episode. She didn't back down and I feel like she wasn't afraid of Amber one bit, whereas I can't say the same thing for Raven and Diamond. I definitely feel like Lollipop could hold her own. Henny and Amber end up walking away and that's the end of that argument, and then it cuts to a scene with Lexi Blow talking to Chanel. I'm not gonna lie, while watching this scene, I did feel quite bad for Chanel. I can definitely see what Chanel's talking about when she said that this season wasn't the same for her, because you can tell that even in her energy and how she's been acting. I feel like she doesn't seem the most confident this season, and that could be because of Jocelyn degrading her on the past season, or because of what the fans are saying and jokes they're making. But Chanel definitely has been falling back a lot this season, and it's a shame to see because she is very talented and she's one of the best dancers there in my opinion. But moving on from that conversation from Chanel and Lexi, the girls are getting their nails and their makeup done, and Amber and Lollipop start to get into it. And I'm not gonna lie, I was on Lollipop's side during the whole scene. Lollipop never said that Amber's room was a mess. I don't even think she was there when the Botchdashians originally started making those comments. I feel like Amber was just trying to have an issue with Lollipop, so she grouped her in with the Botchdashians. But Lollipop still never ended up saying those things, and annoying ass Capri ended up chiming in. And I'm not gonna lie, Capri does not bother me at all when she's quiet. I do tend to like her a lot more when she's not speaking. But when Capri starts screaming, opening her eyes, shaking her head, it's just fucking annoying. It's just hard and annoying to watch, and nobody is scared of you because you look like you're having a seizure. I definitely think that Lollipop held her own, and she had good comebacks, good timing, and she was very much so unbothered. Capri is always acting like she's about to fight somebody, but when Lollipop was standing right there, she didn't do anything. I'm kind of over Capri, and I have been the past 8 episodes. Hands down the biggest letdown on the cast in my opinion. But finally, Capri walks away and leaves the scene, and Amber and Lollipop are talking about the beef, and Raven pops around from around the corner. Raven and Amber start to go at it again, and they really weren't talking about a whole much. But Raven asks Amber what Amber has, and for some reason Amber decides to start pulling out some credit cards. I thought Amber was at least gonna pull out an American Express card or something, but she pulled out a Victoria's Secret card, Finger Hut, and like Capital One. That entire part of the scene gave me secondhand embarrassment. She should have just kept that in her purse. There was no need to pull none of that out for nothing. But Amber starts to call Raven a stripper like she didn't strip the night before, and also has stripping money in her bra the entire time while arguing. But where Amber had me dead this scene is when Capri started yelling her name, annoying as and Amber started yelling back, acting like Capri. That was funny as hell, I'm not gonna lie, just because it looks so ridiculous. With all that chaos going on, Jocelyn comes down and the first person she addresses is Lollipop. Jocelyn claims that Lollipop didn't say hi to her in the morning, and Lollipop said that she had actually said good morning to her, but Jocelyn probably just didn't notice because she said it with all the other girls. In this interaction, I was really living for Lollipop. The way she handled herself was great. She wasn't hype, she wasn't disrespectful, but she definitely held herself up very well. Especially when Jocelyn started to compare her to Beyonce. Not everybody aspires to look like Beyonce. Not everybody aspires to look like anybody else, period. If Jocelyn thinks that Beyonce looks better than her, then that's Jocelyn's opinion, but that also doesn't make it a fact. Everybody has an opinion, and if Lollipop doesn't want to compare herself to Beyonce and she thinks that Beyonce doesn't look better than her, then in her opinion she doesn't. I don't know, I really like Lollipop in that moment because she didn't allow Jocelyn to strip her of her confidence. But after that, Jocelyn also addresses Diamond because she had overheard her saying that she doesn't have time to be in Jocelyn's house. Jocelyn ends up saying that she feels that way, then she shouldn't be in the house, period. During Jocelyn addressing Diamond, Amber brings up the fact that Diamond uses the N-word consistently and it makes her uncomfortable. In Amber's opinion, she feels like if you're not black, you just shouldn't say it, period. And from Diamond and Raven's point of view, they're looking at it as Amber is trying to pick anything out of thin air to make them look bad. And in my opinion, I don't know why Diamond is acting like it's so out of the ordinary that a black woman is offended by the use of Diamond, a non-black woman, saying the N-word. Just because some of her friends and the guys that throw money at her in the club say it's okay to say it, doesn't mean that it's okay with Amber. And moreover on that, if somebody is bringing something up to your attention that is making them feel uncomfortable, why wouldn't you just stop? Especially when it comes to race, because that's a very sensitive word and topic for a lot of people. So I thought Diamond deserved everything that Amber gave to her. I'm not gonna lie, in this fight I was the most disappointed in Raven. I was so damn annoyed and disappointed in her for not jumping in the fight. Raven jumped in the fight with Gaia and the fight with Wet Wet, 2 unnecessary fights that she didn't need to jump in at all. But when her friend Diamond is recovering from a messed up arm that she just came out of a cast from the day before, you didn't jump in? The one time she was supposed to jump in and she failed. Raven definitely lost points in my book just for being scary and a bad friend. But after Amber beats up Diamond, Amber walks away crying because Diamond keeps saying the N-word after the fight. Amber has her moment outside where she talks about how she's treated as a black woman versus white woman in her field. I don't know, just in my opinion, when Diamond was saying the word, it was super aggressive, and when she said it to Amber, I think that was beyond crossing the line. But after that, Jocelyn calls the girls for a meeting and gets them back in check and tells them that she'll be picking another girl tomorrow for the cabaret. Now moving on from that, we finally get to see the girls perform in hopes to get in the cabaret, and I think that each one of them that performed did much better than the first time that they had went up and performed for Jocelyn. My personal favorites were Chanel, Diamond, and Raven. Capri did good, but I don't find her likable in any way, so when she does come on the screen, I just cringe or kind of wait for it to be over. But Jocelyn decides to go get a snack, and when she comes back, she is pissed and she starts going off on Chanel because apparently Chanel had called Jocelyn's makeup artist and was telling him things that were going on inside the house. We didn't really get to see the full scene because it goes into the sneak peek for next week, but it looks like next week Jocelyn continues to go off and even ends up hoeing Amber because she pushes her and then calls Amber the N-word, knowing how Amber feels about that word now. So to me, that just showed Jocelyn was trying to get under Amber's skin and try to get a reaction from Amber, and it really didn't care about Amber's feelings at all. But let me know how you guys felt about this episode. It was definitely a lot in there, and I feel like more Zeus episodes should be like this. It was scene after scene after scene. It didn't feel like we were watching the same scene for 45 minutes. Let me know how you guys feel about the episode down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.